Hello. Today we're going to be talking about the lunar eclipse, which is coming up on Wednesday, June 15 at 4:14 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time, which is New York time. And the lunar eclipse is basically a very powerful full moon. It's when the sun and the moon are opposing each other. And it usually is a time where there is fruition from our intentions that we set during the new moon, and we get some clarification about something. There's some awareness that comes up around an issue, and there's some kind of resolve that needs to happen around something. And it's usually also an extroverted time and an emotional time because we're kind of being confronted with something. And sometimes this confrontation happens within our relationships or inside a relationship with someone, that something becomes aware or that we're being confronted. And so it's kind of an intense time, especially with it being a lunar eclipse, which means that the sun and the moon are very close to the moon nodes, which are in Gemini and Sagittarius right now. So this month's lunar eclipse is actually at 24 degrees of Sagittarius. The moon will be at 24 degrees of Sagittarius, and the sun will be at 24 degrees of Gemini. So here we have to balance those two energies, this Gemini energy and this Sagittarian energy, in order to move forward in with what we're doing right now. Now, with the eclipses, what's really important to know is that the eclipses are a very intense time. And we already had a solar eclipse at the beginning of the month. This is a lunar eclipse, and then there's another solar eclipse coming up at the beginning of July. Now, the eclipses usually are a time when a lot of unexpected things come up and happen, and there tends to be a little bit of overwhelm in us, or kind of like a sense of urgency that comes up in us having to do things because there's so much information coming at us. And so sometimes during the eclipses, there is a sense of, fight or flight, that we need to do something, or we need to move away from something or run away. Now, the very best thing to do during the eclipses is to take a deep breath as often as you can. And it's also a good time for us to be very present, to be really looking at what is right now and where are we at right now. And whatever happens around us, all the commotion and all the energy that's in the air, just let things unfold and let them do what they're doing. Because what's happening right now with the eclipses is really just to move us forward to a place that serves our higher purpose, that serves a higher sense of where we need to be going. And that's what the eclipses facilitate for all of us. Now, of course, if there's a lot of resistance in us, then there's a lot more suffering in order to get where we need to be going. Because sometimes, the lower mind, which is, our brain or our conditioning, doesn't always understand where we need to be going in terms of our higher purpose, our soul purpose. So if that's not aligned necessarily, we tend to resist what's going on in our lives. However, if you remain open, if you remain kind of curious about where this journey is taking you and what's going to happen next for you, this might be a really powerful move forward into a much better place than you've been before, and something that you can't even imagine right now. So very important with the lunar eclipse is that there's going to be some kind of an awareness that's going to happen between the two energies of Sagittarius and Gemini. Now, Gemini is all about what is going on right now, what information do I have, what do I need to know, what's what. And with Sagittarius, it's all about, how can I expand my view, how can I open my mind, and how can I have faith that things are going to unfold as they need to, and also kind of like broadening your belief system, kind of like stretching yourself a little bit, and kind of giving yourself space to grow and to be able to think on a larger plane, and not get bogged down too much with the details of life necessarily. a big part of Sagittarius too, and where we're needing to move to, is joy and adventure. We need to be open to experience life more fully, with more joy, and really raise our vibration to a higher level. And that's really going to support us with what's still to come this year and next year. Because there's a lot of upgrading that's going on right now in the universe. There's a lot of wanting humanity to move towards a higher level of consciousness. And so in order for us to get to this higher level of consciousness, we need to keep our energy nice and high, and kind of in a good place, you know. And joy is a really beautiful word, I think, to use to keep your energy high. Just move towards joy as much as you can with the things you do and how you feel, and that will be really serving everybody, and helping all of us to move through this intense time that's going on right now. And of course, as always, in order to know a little bit more how this affects you personally, if you want me to look into your chart and tell you where in your chart this is taking place, this lunar eclipse is taking place, I'd be very happy to give you a brief reading via email for a small fee of $18. And that way you can see where in your life this is taking place. Where is the place where you need to create more awareness? Where is the place where you need to move towards joy? And how can you make this a little bit easier on yourself? So if you want to contact me, you can email me at Sonja@AstrologerCoach.com. You can always go to my website as well and check my daily astrology updates on my homepage, on the very bottom of the homepage. That's www.astrologercoach.com. And you can also, always ask me questions via YouTube, or email me to my email at Sonja@astrologercoach.com. And and check back in a couple of weeks when I'm coming back for another video blog. All right, have a fantastic week, and keep nice and open, keep a high spirit, and move from the details to the larger picture, and just see how you can expand. All right, have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.